Hi, Mary Giuseppe here. I am so excited for your future TV success. People ask me all the time, Mary, you've been on TV for a long time. And I say, oh yeah, 47 years. They say, what is the secret? How is it that you always get booked on TV? So I'm going to share with you my top 12 tips on creating a telegenic image. Follow these tips and your chances of getting booked are just going to go from 0 to 99. The rest is up to you. Okay, tip number 1. Smile. Getting on television is all about joy, happiness, fun, fear. You know, it doesn't matter what you're feeling like inside. You have to exude that confidence, and how we do that is by smiling. Smile at your interviewer. Smile through. Even when you have a serious expression on your face, smile with your eyes. If you're having fun, the interviewer's having fun, the audience is having fun, and so you are going to be booked much more frequently than the doom and gloom report. Another thing when you're smiling that you have to remember is that your teeth have to look their best. Get them whitened. I'm a coffee, chocolate, beet, blueberries. I do all those bad foods, and I have to remind myself just about now, before I go into fall season for me, get your teeth whitened. There's nothing like having $1 million smile on television. Tip number 2, also a sight bite after smile, and that is excellence is in the details. How we look and how we present ourselves on camera is so much more important than we think. The details are, is your hair combed? Are your roots done? You know, are the glasses you're wearing non-glare? Is my outfit the right fit for me? An outfit that's slightly too big is going to look like we're sloppy and unorganized, and that we have small space instead of confidence. An outfit that's too tight is going to make the audience focus on the fact that it's too tight and not what's coming out of our mouth. You know, if timeliness is important to your topic, and let's face it, today time is everything to people because we have none, we don't have enough time, make sure you're wearing a pretty little watch. Your jewelry, whatever other assets that you're going to bring forward, make sure that they don't overpower you, and make sure that they do not reflect. Your sight bite, excellent, excellent, excellent. Make sure your shoes are in really good condition because they do pan out to that wide shot. Your shoes are included in that. Make sure that your dress is, or your suit is perfectly pressed and that it's in brand new condition. Make sure the colors of what you're wearing are right. Excellence is in the detail. And while you're pitching, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you know exactly what you want to say, that you have a beginning, a middle, and an end to your 3.5 minutes or your 30 or 60-second pitch. They want to know that what you have to say can be condensed into what I call a soundbite, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So tip number 2 for you, excellence in the detail. Make sure that your makeup is perfect, your hair is perfect, your glasses are right, your collars are the right size and proportion. Everything you're wearing looks neat, empowered, and fabulous. Tip number 3, it's the old saying, they don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. Being on TV is a very expensive opportunity for the show that's putting you on. I think it's something like about $250,000 a segment. When you think about it like that, that producer has to have so much confidence in you that you are going to speak in sound bites, you're going to be clear, resonant, enthusiastic, exciting, and listen up, that you are giving immediately actionable advice. So how do you do that? Do your homework. Watch the shows that you want to be on so that you know the show's personality and you know how the audience likes to be taught. Make sure that you have your information condensed into 3 or 5. Hardly ever time for 7 on a 1-section interview, 3.5 minutes. Make sure they're digestible. And make sure that all the audience needs to do when you're over is to immediately go to where the action is and put today into practice. what you have taught them. So that at lunch, it's like, oh my God, I was watching this expert today on blah, blah, blah show, and you wouldn't believe this. Boom, boom, boom. They are able to recite back exactly what it is that you teach them. Another thing you have to remember is you must be relatable, and you must be reliable, and you must be likable. Those are the nonverbal commitments that you have to bring to the palette. So yes, they don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And that immediate rapport that you establish, that relevant information from a reliable source, packaged in sound bites and given so that the audience can immediately take action with what you're offering, is the key to getting you booked on TV. The next tip is engage, not unguard. It's really important when you are pitching that you do it in 10 to 15 second intervals and then wait for a response for the producer. You may know how much you know, but you have no idea how much that producer knows. And therein lies the keys to your kingdom. That producer has to have a communication with you, not just something like you blow them away with your expertise and then you have no idea where that's placing in his mind and you're wasting their time. Engage in that conversation, open the communication, really important. And once you get booked on television, it's all about a conversation. When the host asks you a question, give it to them. Short bites, very short, concise answers, so you get that wonderful, magical interplay between the host and the guest, which makes great television. They know their audience, they know what their listeners want to hear, and they are going to guide you through that, but only if you stop talking. Let them take the lead, answer in concise, short breaths, and then always when you're not speaking, move in, sit up straight, look to the host or the other guest that's watching, and be engaged with your spirit. That's what makes great TV. So it's not en garde, it's engage. Assertive, not aggressive, positive, active listening, speak in short sound bites, and have a blast. Next tip, wear a monochromatic color palette. Ladies and gentlemen, what does that mean? That means that wear colors that are in a singular family, especially if you are under 5'5", wearing a singular palette of color. It doesn't have to be exactly the same shade, but the same tonality from head to toe will stretch you, it will make you look thinner, and it will make you look more confident and empowered. Also, monochromatic colors work best, solids, on camera. So, always, solid, not print, matte, not shiny, and one color rather than a cacophony of colors like something I wear today. This would not be a choice that I would wear for TV, but since this is my show today, I can wear whatever I want. If I'm on television, you're going to notice that I'm going to wear one color. It's one of the reasons why the sheath dress is so popular. Guys, you have that beautiful opportunity to wear a couple colors. Do it well. So I've already done a video for you on what colors work best on TV, but short soundbite, blue, America's favorite color, great on TV. Yellow, awesome. Turquoise, great. Red if you're selling something sexy, passionate, or you want to have people take action. But again, in the color, know that if you do a bright color here and a different color here, you're going to be cut horizontally. It's going to make you look wider and shorter. So monochromatic, gorgeous, well-fitting, and select that right color. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're shooting against a green screen, please don't wear green. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a really important tip for putting your best foot forward on camera, and that is remember your body angles. Oh my gosh, if you forget everything I said today, remember this one. How you angle your body in front of the camera is really important. So get this. Big TV, national TV, it's usually at least a 3-camera shoot. You are not always going to be in control of your lighting, never in control of your lighting, you're not in control of your sound, and you're not going to be in control of how they shoot you. The only thing that you can really control is how you position yourself on the stool or the chair, and that is this. Always place your body 3/4 to the camera. I have done that today. My hips are facing this way, and then I turn at the waist, and I am actually addressing you front from the shoulder. Why am I doing this? Because most humans cannot afford to sit straight toward the camera. You sit straight toward the camera, what happens? This is the widest part of you. Usually not our best look. Guys and girls, same advice. Move to what I call 3/4. Tilt those arms. It may feel a little weird at the beginning, but you'll get used to it. It will force you into your best posture, and now you have created an S with your body. And that S is going to make you look slimmer. It's going to make you look more pretty, handsome in that camera, and it's going to make you actually keep your posture the best. Very, very important. Then you can square your shoulders. Another thing is you never, ever, ever sink in to a big sofa. It makes you look very little and very disempowered. We don't want either of those. We want to own the space we're in. So never sink back into a sofa. Always keep your rear end halfway in the seat and move a little bit forward. Now, if you're on a stool, you don't want to tip over. So you're actually going to have to sit further back. But again, never rest in the back of the chair. Always sit up from it. Keep that S going on. Ladies, crossing your legs, very, very iffy. You don't know what shots they're going to do. If you do cross your legs, keep your knees together and your ankles together. Otherwise, you can tuck your ankles in behind you, under the back of your rump, and you're going to look just fine. Guys, crossing your legs is fine, but don't do the ugly cross. You do the good cross, and again, always make sure your posture is perfect and you're 3/4 to the camera. That's your best shot. Okay, this next tip, guys and girls, you should already know this, but we're all human and we all find certain foods irresistible. So this is called the sweet smell of success. I know you know this. There is nothing worse than having an intimate conversation with someone who has just had onions, garlic, any strong herbs and flavoring that just exudes from your body. The only thing almost as bad as that is wearing someone whose cologne, perfume, or aftershave is so strong that it makes us cough and bleh. Okay. No. When you're pitching, you don't want someone to focus on, oh my God, when can this person get away from me? But you want to focus on, oh my God, I love this person. I wish this conversation would never end. Sweet smell of success. No garlic, no onions, no weird food stuff, at least 2 days before you pitch and 2 days before you land on TV. Same thing with any kind of scent that you apply. What if your host or hostess is allergic to the scent you're wearing? You're finished. It's just over before it starts. What if the scent or perfume you're wearing to the person you're pitching to is something that their last girlfriend wore, or something that somebody else that creates a bad scent memory? Do you want to be trapped in a no just because you selected the wrong perfume? No. Go au naturel. The sweet smell of success depends upon you. Now, next tip. You are the expert on you. What goes along with that? Know your stuff. These producers are really investing on not only your ability to know your stuff, but to be able to convey it correctly and in sound bites. So this is it. You have to do your homework, ladies and gentlemen. You must know your stuff. You must have that segment down. You must have your actionable tips, ready to just spurt out in your sleep. You must be confident that you know your material, and you must be capable of handling the reaction of the host or the pitch in a way that is going to improve your chances, not demolish your chances. So if somebody asks you a question that you don't really know the answer to, and believe me, this has happened to me live on camera, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. What is your safety? The safety is this: in my experience. When you say, in my experience, what you're doing is you're shifting the platform from world knowledge, world answer, to specific you answer. So by saying, well, in my experience, what you're doing is you're shifting responsibility. Then you are the expert on what you know, and yet you will not be caught in something that is wrong because your opinion is what they're hiring you to give, as well as the knowledge. Now, number one thing not to do is make something up or lie on camera, because I can share with you 100% of the time, A, you will blow your opportunity to ever get back on TV, and B, why make a fool of yourself? If it's impossible for you to come up with that answer, and in my experience is actually too far out of your experience, then always be honest. Oh my God, what a great question. I cannot believe that, but no one's ever asked me that before. I have no idea what the answer is, but I will promise you that I'll get right on it and I will get back to you. But what I found is, boom, you've saved it. Okay, be the expert on you, know your stuff, and always remember, in my experience, can get you out of that interview jam. My next tip is, where do I look? You look directly at the host who's asking you the questions, and if someone else and you're on a panel, you look toward whoever it is that is speaking at the moment. Do not look directly into the camera. Do not look everywhere like when someone else is chatting. Focus your entire attention on who is speaking, and when you are speaking, focus your entire attention on the person who asked you the question, because that is where the leverage is. I promise you this. I love when I hear, novice TV hopefuls, oh, well, this is my best angle, and this is my good angle, and how I got to do. The show is about the host. They are going to shoot their best angle. They're going to shoot them in the best light. You are an addition to their show. So your 360 image that day has to be fabulous. Don't show up with a fashion faux pas or any other sort of weird mini disaster, and please don't ever have a problem with where they sit you, even if it's on your head. Because one thing that will guarantee you never to be booked on TV is to be a pain in the neck guest. Get the priorities straight. The priority is on the host, and the show must go on. You want to be on that team. You don't want to be stuck somewhere else just because you didn't know enough to keep your mouth shut, and no matter what foot they're putting forward of yours, make it look the best. Okay, this is like an obvious tip, but yet so many people blow this. My next tip is have fun, have a great time, laugh with your host, engage with your host, enjoy the people that you're pitching to. If you are not having fun, ain't nobody having fun on that show. And if you aren't having fun and creating enthusiasm and selling that service and product and being irresistible to the audience, if you are not irresistible, if you are not feeling that need with, oh my God, I love that person. I was on Kathy Lee and Hoda a year or so ago, and her initial right out of the box was, I love the person I was with, and oh my God, Mary Giuseppe, I love you too. I never even met the lady, but she just knew it, that we were going to be fabulous on air. People hire who they like. People bring shows, guests back, which is what you ultimately want. You want to be a recurring guest because they like you, they fit into the way that they work, and you always give great actionable tips in your segment. So the end and all glorious moment when your segment is done was, gosh, that was great fun. You can come back anytime. My mother used to say, orderliness is next to godliness, or cleanliness is next to godliness, and they are. But I'm going to give you in media the number one thing that it's next to godliness, and that is timeliness. Oh my gosh. When I modeled with Ford, the first thing I learned was arrive 15 minutes early to every single audition, which is a pitching session, or job that you ever get. Because if I were to be late on that set, I'd be paying everybody in 15-minute increments, which was thousands of dollars. So trust me, I'm always at least 15 to 30 minutes early for whatever I do. If you're rushed, you're not going to do your best performance, and if you're late, you're jeopardizing the only opportunity you have to give a performance. So be on time, come ready to go. It's really important that when you come on set, that you are ready to rock and roll. They may put you in makeup, they may not. Find that out ahead of time. If makeup isn't there on set for you, which most regional television, some do, but I would say a lot don't. Local never do. National always does. Find out what the call time is for makeup and hair, not just what the call time for your segment is. Producers love to hire guests that are no trouble for them. And if you can prove right out of the box that you are not only no trouble, but you make their job easier, they will book you again and again and again. TV is big money. It's on a tight time schedule. It's ready, set, go. And when they say go, you better be there. So timeliness, my friends, is next to godliness when it comes to pitching and your TV segment. So my last tip for you today on how to create a telegenic image is this. It's all in the bag. As a model, for all the years that I worked, I quickly realized that you have to sort of be your own island on set, especially if you're on location. You know, I had a booker once say to me, "Oh, we love hiring you because you've got everything anyone would ever need in that modeling bag, not only for you, but for others." Television is a little bit different, except for if you're on location. But in the bag that you bring, now please, it can't be a suitcase. In that small bag that you bring, this is what you need to have. Everything you could possibly need. The food in the green room is usually not something that's going to regulate your blood sugar over time. I have blood sugar issues. I pack my own kind of survival kit. I bring my own water because sometimes the water they serve will do bad things to your tummy, and God knows you don't want that to happen. I bring my own water. I bring my own carbs. I bring fat. I bring protein, and I bring sugar. Know yourself well enough that at any given moment, because sometimes, one time I was on a national show and the president came on and we were pushed back over an hour for our segment, and guess what? My blood sugar was going to go zoop, but I went into my trusty bag and I had exactly what I needed to buoy my energy so that when I got on, I was bright and ready to go, even though I was already there for like 4 hours. So, pack your own snacks, bring your own water. Bring whatever little things you may need that are the what ifs. You know, if you take allergy medication, you might have an attack. If you have asthma, if you need that. Bring your own little first aid emergency kit, Visine, whatever those things are that are going to make you feel confident that you are going to be great on camera, put that in your bag. I always bring my own, even though the makeup artists are great, and I almost always defer to what they want to put on me because they know their set, their lighting, their camera, and all that stuff, their saturation. If I'm super allergic, I always suggest you bring your own foundation or whatever it is that you're allergic to. Always bring an extra pair of stockings, lady, and yes, ladies, you must wear stockings, clear only. Always bring stockings because, again, you run them, you're done, one and done. I just throw mine out after every segment that I shoot. Guys, always bring another tie and a clean shirt because you just never know what might happen. And just make sure that you have in that bag a charger for your cell phone because, yes, it will go dead on you. You know, make sure you put things on silent so it doesn't just disturb everybody on set, but you still have your network to the outward world. And make sure that you have your date book. In other words, bring your essentials to the set. Wash and dries, personal wipes, whatever those little things are, pack them in your bag so that when you get there, you are self-sustainable. Regardless of what's around you, you know that you have everything you need in here, and in here. Pack your stuff. So I really hope that you've enjoyed these 12 tips to creating a telegenic image, both in the pitching and in getting on television. You know, there are so many more things I'm excited to share with you. Most importantly, I am committed to your success and helping you create all that you need to have the success that you need and want and desire, and to create a platform that will just share your ideas and change the world. There's a lot more I have to offer, a lot more you need to know, and perhaps we can work together again. I have many other courses. I hope this will lead you to them on my website. And I just pray for your success and invest in yourself first. Not only in what you know, but invest in how you look and in how you show up. Because one does you no good without the other. This is Mary Giuseppe for now, signing off.